So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZWGames5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below, so check those out for massive discounts on all your Hidden Summoner needs as well as all your other Yu-Gi-Oh needs. But let's get on with the profile.
What's up YouTube, Dad here from Zephyr Games, bringing you another duel from our locals. So on the right we have Tom playing his 60 card Destiny Heroes, and on the left we've got Brad playing his Zombies. So Tom starts us off by normal summoning Marauding Captain, and then special summoning another warrior from his hand, which looks like Vision Hero Vion. So he's going to use Vision Hero Vion's effect, I'm assuming to send Malicious. That's kind of what you'd go with. That looks exactly what he sent. And then of course he's linking Vion and of course Marauding Captain into Isolde. Don't know why Brad's reading Isolde. Come on Brad, you should know what Isolde does by now. Obviously he's going to use Isolde's effect, or Tom's going to use Isolde's effect to search out Celestial? I think it's Celestial. The one that if you've got no cards in your hand, you draw two. Oh no, I think that's the winged one? I'll find out as he goes further forward. Now of course he's going to send 4 equipped spells to special summon 1 from deck. So getting ashed. I believe that just got ashed. Yep, that definitely got ashed. Summon no more, but obviously it's sender's cost, which is pretty good. Playing instant fusion, taking that stack. What is a stack nowadays in this game when you can get a free warrior on board, and that gives him invoke for Raijin, which of course means he has open place to go into summon sorceress. He just needs another warrior to field in order to get the effect off. But he's also got the warrior that he searched off of Isolde. So he's going to banish Malicious. Malicious, of course, is going to special summon another one of itself, and then that means that Summon Sorceress is now live, so she can basically just summon another warrior from deck. So hopefully, there's the second Malicious. All this time going through that 60 card deck, just checking his graveyard to make sure he knows exactly where he's going to grave. Shadow Mist, I suppose, gives you the Mask Change for a Dark Claw. That's obviously going to be very, very good against zombies. Tom should know what Brad's playing by now. Nope, he goes into the Celestial. I believe it's Celestial. Poly, oh, he's going old school Poly. Fusing the Destiny Hero that he searched and of course Celestial on the board, so that means he can recover his hand. And I believe that's Dystopia. So this is the card that if its attack is different from its original attack, you can make his attack become its original attack, but pop a card on the field and there's a quick play effect. As we wait for Brad to read all of these cards. He sent Overlay. He's going to a rank 6. Oh, he's going to Beatrice. What's he going to say with Beatrice? This is the first time I've seen Tom's deck in action. Obviously, we did the deck profile. We've kind of... He's just sent Snow. Wow. Disruption, level 10. Obviously, we've seen his deck profile and we saw the combo. That was the card he searched off of Isolde. He searched off Phantom Knight Boots, which means he can... Its effect's negated, or it can't be summoned. So he's going to banish Boots from the graveyard. That means the level 6 was Destruction. One of the heroes is basically a level 6 hero. It requires 1 Dark Monster and 1 Hero Monster. So he's called Set in the Fog Blade. So he's got a Summon Sorceress, a Beatrice, and a Set Fog Blade. do apologise for the glare on this one. We can't really control the lighting too much in there at this locals, so we've got to kind of hopefully be able to sort that out for you guys in the future a little bit more. It looks like an instant fusion mirror straight away. So Brad's going to use that, and I believe his instant fusion target is either Thousand Eyes or Reaper on the Nightmare. So I believe he's going Thousand Eyes. Yeah, he's putting it to a zone that someone such points to and taking control, or going to take control of Beatrice. Tom chains Beatrice's effect to send another card from deck to graveyard. What is he saying? He's got a Snow Engrave. I think that's a Shadow Mist. Yeah, and then she's using Shadow Mist's effect. Search himself out. Solid Soldier. So it's pretty good. Brad's kind of... Well, Tom could have activated Fog Blade, but to be honest, activating Fog Blade on a Thousand Eyes isn't really, you know, the most ideal kind of play to make. You're better off keeping that in the gate for something that will really, really slow Brad's turn down. Slow the zombies down anyway. I mean, he could go into Link Karibo, that then gets rid of the Beatrice and gives him a zone pointing downwards, but it's probably not worth it at this moment in time. What else we got? Brad, normal summons. He's Shiranui Solitaire. Such a good card. And Tom is not letting that happen, so he's banishing 7 from his graveyard to bring out, of course, Fairy Tale Snow. And Snow is, of course, going to book a Moon Solitaire straight away. He ain't having that. You do not let Solitaire go off if you have the option to stop it. Simple as that. Now, what's Brad's next move? He's used his normal, he's specialed off of Instant Fusion. So he sets one face down. He hasn't got the Zombie World or Border Roach play, so that's a bit disappointing for Brad. He would have done if he got the Solitaire off. So he went on Solitaire into Unizombie. Unizombie would have sent a card, which probably would have been Banshee. Banish Banshee, search out Zombie World, and then depending if he had another zombie in hand or not. And then, of course, Instant Fusion, Thousand Eyes, nukes itself in the end phase, giving Beatrice back to Tom. Tom's still got the face down Fog Blade, so he's still got a negation and interruption, because he's lost all his hand advantage. But the good thing is, because he's got Celestial in graveyard, so he's gone into Phoenix, using Phoenix's effect to discard the Phoenix Blade, to pop the back row in case it was anything that dangerous. I suppose it could be Swallow Slash. Let's Brad pop 3 cards. No, it's Twin Twisters. So he's going to get rid of that Fog Blade by discarding Border Roach from the looks of it. It's a good way of getting rid of the Fog Blade, to be honest. So now he's got the Phoenix. He's got to get rid of the cards in his hand if he wants to draw off of Celestial. So he's going to go Solid Soldier, Special Summon, Butterfly. That gives him an instant rank 4. He's got another monster in hand that he can't really get rid of. I suppose he's going to go into Unicorn, get rid of that monster. Yeah. So goes into Unicorn, gets rid of the monster in hand, spins 1 card back. I believe that's a junk forward. Spins Brad's face down card back, and that then means he can banish Celestial in the graveyard plus another Destiny hero and then draw 2 more cards, so he gets to regain his hand advantage, I suppose, in a sense. And then he's got a Unicorn and a Solid Soldier on board, so he's got a nice bit of 2,500. I can't remember. I think Solid Soldier's only 13. So he's got 2,500 damage on board already. If he's drawn into a Marsh Change, which I'll be very surprised of in a 60 card deck that he's top decked it, but he can turn it into Dian. No, he's just going to swing and pass turn. So Brad is now taken 45 if I've got the Solid Soldier damage correct. He's not really got a lot in his graveyard. He's got a Border Roach that as soon as he gets a field spell in play becomes live, but other than that, not a huge amount. Has he got another Instant Fusion? Oh, he's gone Soul Charge! He's gone Soul Charge! So he's taken 3, 4, 5, I believe he's taken. So he's now taken 7, 5. He's gone greedy. He's gone greedy. He's got that Ash. He's only got 500 life points left. He went for the Thousand Eyes as well. So he's got Border Roach, Thousand Eyes, and Ash. still, this is the biggest weakness with this zombie deck, is if it doesn't have Zombie World, you're in a world of trouble. Obviously Solitaire got shuffled back into the deck, so he doesn't even have that power play to go around with either, which is a bit disappointing for him. Ideally that's what he would have liked. That would have got him pretty much anything he wanted. Tom's looking for his graveyard, Brad's looking for his extra deck. Come on lads, we ain't got all day. Tom's in a very commanding kind of position right about now. The only downside is Tom's pretty much gone through the majority of his like push play engines, as you kind of see that he's now stuck on the Solid Soldier. So he's got to go through that one a little bit more. I'm just going to check up one of the Destiny heroes. Let's have a look. Oh. So he's taking a unicorn with 1,000 eyes. I think that's what he was going over. Yeah, it's Destiny Hero Celestial, and then we've got Destiny Hero Dark Angel. Yeah, that is it. So the unicorn passes. Still only got 500 left. Armageddonite. He's top decked an Armageddonite in a 60 card deck. Whoa, rip. I suppose the downside for Tom is he doesn't have Regeki, so he needs to Regeki the board and then beat him for game. But I think Ash can be activated from field. I'm pretty sure it can. So if he wanted to, he could get rid of Ash. But 1800 defense is a nice booty. And then Tom brings out one of the not new Destiny heroes. It's been around for a while. I'm trying to think what one it is. Too many Destiny heroes. So he's got the Armageddonite ditched. One of the Destiny heroes. Phoenix Blades, he's going to banish 2 of those. 2 Warriors, bring that back. He's going for another Isolde? Can't do. Oh no, Cerberus, he's gone for Cerberus. Pop in the 1,000 eyes. And then gives him his unicorn back into the graveyard. Right, okay, so he's attacked. He attacked with Cerberus. So he searched out a Dynatag. And so Dynatag, this is it. During damage calculation, when you would take battle damage, quick effect, you discard this card, make yourself take no battle damage from that battle, and if you do, each player takes 1,000 damage. So he would have taken 200 from Cerberus attacking into Ash, so he dropped the Dynatag to burn both of them for 1,000 damage, which of course meant that Brad lost. Anyway, so moving straight on to game 2. It's a good play from there from Tom for the Dynatag. Activating the Desires, no Ash response from Tom in his 60 card deck. Thought he was about to drop the Ash then. I was like, no, that's of course tier 0's token. As you can see, Tom nicely showing his hand modelling skills. Of course, check out their website. We do have that 5% discount code. Shameless plug there. So Brad's got Zombie World and Unizombie. Maybe not from the Desires, but the Desires certainly helped. This is where the deck can now go off, because you've got Unizombie. Now it's not got to worry about getting Zombie World in play. It can just send the Border Roach, or of course it sends the Gloom then special summons itself. But special summons the Border Roach from deck. Ideally, what Brad wants to do is he wants to get into a Summon Sorcerer, a Vampire Sucker, so that he'll get a draw off of the Border Roach when it comes back during Tom's standby phase. He's probably learnt not to be too greedy with his soul charges either. You need the like the Benny Hill song while we're waiting for that's not the Benny Hill song. That's the circus theme song. We're waiting for all this like elevator music. I'll put some music on in the background, don't worry guys. Well, there should be some music on in the background. So he's sending Mizuki, so it means Brad is going for his revival plays, or he's got a Border Roach in hand. Instant fusion! Oh, he's going for the Reaper on the Nightmare, I believe it is. No, he went for the 1,000 eyes. Interesting choice. Maybe he doesn't play the Reaper of the Nightmare. There's your Vampire Zaka. Nah, that's quite self-explanatory and expected. Foolish Burial. Wow, okay. It would be nice to know exactly what he got off the Desires. Be interesting to see how far he got pushed. there. Of course, you've got a glance at the bottom of his deck with the Rivalry. Very, very powerful card in the deck when you've got Zombie World on board, because then everything in hand is a different attribute to what's on field. You can't multi-faker and stuff like that. It's very, very interesting. So he's gone Bloom, and then Bloom is of course going to banish itself to bring Border Roach from the deck. Border Roach is an incredibly powerful card. I mean, when it combos off with Zombie World, that's his biggest down point, but it's also his biggest strength. Because as soon as everything becomes zombie, it is incredibly powerful. Cause your opponent a lot of issues. Brad sets one, banishes Mizuki, bring back Uni-Zombie? I think that's his only target, isn't it? Oh no, because of course, Thousand Eyes. Thousand Eyes, that's a... Just so we got the draw off of Vampire Sucker. Interesting choice on that one. Now obviously Bloom locks you into zombies, hence he couldn't extend even further into that Summon Sorceress or something like that, but... Yeah, another Instant Fusion, wow. Heads up, Instant Fusion could be taking a hit on an upcoming ban list. Not because of this matchup obviously, but there's a Raijin, so the Raijin's going to attempt to book a moon at the Border Roach. Brad can't allow that to happen. Border Roach still has those two effects. He's going to have to negate it, which then only leaves Border Roach with the banish effect left. Interesting why he brought back the Thousand Eyes and not the Uni-Zombie. I suppose it doesn't make much of a difference, but it's just why you chose that. Yeah, so you use Border Roach to negate. There's the Brigade, I'll never get the name right. So that gives us 2 warriors straight away. That gives him the Isolde play. Now of course he can banish the Isolde with Border Roach. So Isolde is going to search. What's he searching this time? I don't know what he's just searched. Oh, he searched Cloak? Oh, sorry, it's Phoenix. It's Phoenix, not Isolde. Ugh, what am I even thinking about? So he ditched Cloak to pop the Zombie World. That then turns Border Roach off completely. Searching... or normal summon and Shadow Mist? Yeah, normal summon and Shadow Mist. Link up with the Phoenix. Unfortunately, not both warriors. Oh, that was it because he couldn't get into Isolde. Doi. So he goes into Unicorn. He's banished the Cloak and obviously got the search off of that as well, I believe. Unicorn, ditch 1, spin back the back row, chain the back row. It's Called by the Grave. Called by the Grave is going to banish the Shadow Mist. So Shadow Mist doesn't get his effect to go into Grave. And then I don't think Unicorn targets, which is why Border Roach has been shuffled back in. So yeah, there's a nice way to kind of shift the scales back again. I don't know why I didn't attack the Unicorn. It's really weird. Might have missed something there. Obviously Thousand Eyes then steals the Unicorn. It's really weird. I'm confused as to why he didn't attack with the Unicorn to kill the Thousand Eyes. Anyway, Brad continues. So he's got Gozuki on board, so Gozuki's effect. He's banished the Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist is locked out. Tom's got 1 card in hand. We've got the Gozuki on board. He's about to send a zombie from deck to grave. What do you send? I suppose he needs the Banshee. He needs another. But then of course you've got Mizuki as well. Can't see exactly what he sent. He sent the Banshee. Yeah, okay. So he sent the Banshee. The Banshee's then going to give him instant access to, of course, Zombie World. Now all he's got to do is get a Border Roach to graveyard. Unless he's got a zombie in hand, then even better. So Sucker and... oh no, of course goes into Summon Sorceress. Sucker and Thousand Eyes and Summon Sorceress. Summon Sorceress target Gozuki. That then triggers to let you special summon a zombie monster from deck. What is he going to bring out? Brings straight out of the Border Roach. Of course you bring out the Border Roach. I think it's special summons in defense, otherwise you would be putting into attack to do maximum damage. Is he going to go Gumbler? What's he going to do? What you gonna do, Brad? So I think they both paid instant fusion, and that's the only damage that I can count from here. Yeah, so he's gone into the Gumbler Dragon. So I've got a Gumbler Dragon and a Gozuki, so they're swinging in, I think, Gozuki 17. So 4/7 straight into Tom. Tom top decks. Comes back Border Roach. Can Tom get past a Border Roach? And a Gumbler. Oh, he's got Gumbler's effect. Yeah, you go. So then Tom scoops. So he's got Gumbler's effect, ditch one. Tom's going to lose one from his hand as well, and he's not got any recurrence. Straight into game number 3. Tom's of course going first. Special summons the Junk Forward. That is one of the extenders in the 60 card deck. And there is the brand new card, Neo Space Connector. This card's really good. The fact it special summons from deck, and then you go straight into an Aqua Dolphin. Aqua Dolphin then rips one from your opponent's hand, which is great. And then the Neo Connector, the best thing with the Neo Connector is it's not like, it's got 2 effects that aren't once per turn, so as long as you get rid of the Neospatian, so if he uses Neospatian and the Junk Forward to go into his Old, he could then use the Connector's effect to bring back the Aqua Dolphin, and that then lets him look at his opponent's hand again. So he's been able, or should technically be able, to rip 2 from his hand if he has a more powerful monster on board. Then if not, he still gets 2 chances or 2 bites at the cherry to take from your opponent's hand, which is very, very good, especially if you get a more powerful card to board as well. So there's the discard off of Aqua Dolphin, looking at Brad's hand, and he's not taking any of that because nothing is weak enough. So there was a Banshee and there was a Mizuki, and the rest was spells. So Tom actually takes 500 from that one. Sorry, creaky chair. There goes the Isolde play, of course. Send those 5 equipped spells. I suppose when you've got 5 equipped spells, you do have to bury them as deep as you can in the deck. Hence the 60 card deck. I mean, some of the equipped spells are pretty cool on their own as well. I really don't like the idea of playing. Can you imagine if Black Pendant, the old wording on Black Pendant was if this card is sent to the graveyard? So like sending it from deck, there you go, search that Celestial. Send it from deck, burn your opponent for 500. Be really cool. That equipped card would definitely be used, but it's been changed to have to be sent from field to graveyard instead. So searching out Celestial, sending the 4 equips off the Isolde to special summon. I'm assuming Vion to put the Malicious in the graveyard and work it that way. That of course then gives more extension to Tom's board already. He knows what Brad's got in his hand. He knows he's got 3 spells. I think one was a Desires, a Twin Twisters and an Instant Fusion, and then he's got 2 monsters in the Banshee and of course Mizuki. So not the best of hands, but not the worst of hands. He's got enough extension to get straight into a Vampire Sucker and a Zombie World, so that's a good start already. He just needs something to get to the graveyard to... I mean, if Tom plays any spells or traps, then of course Brad can use his Twin Twisters, get a Mizuki to the graveyard as well. He's gone for the Shadow Mist, so he's going straight into the Dark Lord play, which is a very nice standard play on this one, because then Brad loses all his graveyard advantage with Dark Lord on board. So he's going for the Mask Change, turning straight into Dark Lord, of course. Oh no, that's going to cause Brad all tap to the issue. Connector's effect, triggering itself off to bring back the Aqua Dolphin that I told you guys about earlier. That now it's massively live because it can choose a card of 2400 or less. So he discards 1 card to activate its effect, and of course he's discarding the Celestial he searched off, and then he's got to choose whether he wants to banish the Banshee or the Mizuki. Banshee's obviously a great shout because that stops him getting into the Zombie World, but he goes for the Mizuki. It's obviously a pain straight away for Brad trying to recoup on any type of zombie play you could possibly be wanting to do. Not if Tom had got the first one right as well, with the Aqua Dolphin, Brad would be down to 3 cards already. I'm pretty sure you could end up hand looping him if you're able to go into Gumbler, loop the sword back to hand, drop the sword, make your opponent ditch 2 more, and then of course go into, during your opponent's standby phase, go into 1 more. You can completely hand loop him. Anyway, so we've gone to the Isolde. And the Aqua Dolphin go into Summon Sorceress. Summon Sorceress is special summoning. Now this is the other Destiny hero. This one basically means your opponent can activate spells, but the spells effects are negated. It's a very, very powerful card. Let me just pull it up here. Destiny hero. I think it's like something Angel, Dark Angel. If you have 3 or more Destiny monsters in your graveyard, you can discard this card, then target 1 Destiny hero monster in your graveyard, special summon it to your opponent's field in defense position. When a spell card or effect you activate resolves, negate that effect. So this is targeting about your opponent. So you're going to put this on your opponent's board, and if you do, or if it did not have an effect, destroy that card. During your standard phase, you can banish this card and add 1 hero. So basically, off the summon source, you give this to your opponent. 0 defense. They need to either, of course, tribute it off, link it off, something like that, and that's going to cause huge amounts of issues for your opponent straight away, because they can't activate spells basically. Well, they can activate and pay the cost and all that, but then they're just negated. So Tom's now used his Summon Sorceress, one of the Phantom Knights that I believe he brought off from Summon Sorceress, and one other card to go into the Link monster of Phantom Knights. That is then going to search him out Fogblade, I believe it is. So he's banishing the cloak to search out 1 Fogblade, and then I think he's going to search or set another Fogblade off of the Link monster. Oh no, there's the Brigade or whatever it's called. Never get the name right. So oh, it's Gumbler. Sorry, it's Gumbler. Jesus Louise. Sorry guys, this glare is killing me. So he special summons a trap to Gumbler, and then of course Dark Claw, so Brad's gonna have to banish too. RIP! So he ditches the sword, and I think it was Drill Guy. And then Brad has a tough decision to, you know, his spells are pretty much useless unless he's got a Link Creeper or something in his extra deck to get rid of that Dark Angel. So he's got Twin Twister left, a Banshee left, Instant Fusion and a Desires left. Now obviously all the spells are so ideally he needs to keep the Banshee, because he needs to normal summon the Banshee just to get rid of the Dark Angel if he hasn't got the Link Creeper in his extra deck, which I don't think he does. I think he usually plays it because he's got Thousand Eyes, but he hasn't got it in his extra deck for this matchup, or this tournament specifically. A lot of thinking, but under Dark Claw as well, they get banished. They're just dead cards. You can't do anything with them. He's chosen his 2. What 2 has he chosen? So he's chosen a Pot Desires and he's chosen a Twin Twisters. Twin Twisters, of course, is of no help right now. Desires might have been again, if you can get rid of it. Tom's lost his mind. Tom's getting rid of his Dark Claw and Gumbler Dragon. Now he goes into the Phantom Knights. Of Rusty Badoosh is what I like to call it. That of course is going to get him a Fogblade. Now Brad wishes he kept his Twin Twisters, even though it's still negated under Dark Angel. Banish Boots, that gives him another Fogblade, so Tom now has 2 Fogblades and the Phantom Knight Link monster, which, you know, the board presence of the monsters isn't great in comparison to having a Dark Claw, but he's kind of banished everything Brad needed. He's ripped 3 cards from his hand. I think Brad top decked another Instant Fusion, so Brad now has 2 Instant Fusions and a Banshee in his hand, and the only Link 2s he plays is Phoenix and Cerberus. Cerberus is of no use. Phoenix is okay because he gets to deal with the back row, but then he's got nothing to discard. I mean, the best thing he does is he goes Thousand Eyes. No, he can't even Instant Fusion. He's got to get rid of the Witch first. Such a pain. It's a really good card actually. Summon Sorceress has made it a viable card, a lot easier to play. There you go, so there's the Banshee. He has to link to Banshee, would then go into the zombie world, but Phoenix just doesn't give you that zone you need. Can you imagine if Phoenix was a zone pointing up and a zone pointing down? Whoa. Obviously it wouldn't contribute towards the whole U-link of the Nightmares and the whole way they're supposed to play, but it would have just been quite cool, quite funny. Maybe if you had then given Goblin like an up and a left, or up and a right, and then put another card in the middle. Yeah, that would it have worked? No, you'd still need. Yeah, because then you could have put. So it could have gone Phoenix into Goblin, into Unicorn, into Griffin, into Cerberus, and then you would have given your opponent like 2 zones as well, so it wouldn't have completely locked him out. Anyway, that's just me spitballing. the only option he has is Phoenix, but all that does is put Banshee to the graveyard to give him. It allows him to then use spells, and at this moment in time I think he was wishing that he'd got rid of the instant fusion and kept the Twin Twister and the Desires, or he would have had to get rid of 2, but he probably would have wanted to keep either the Desires to risk it, because then what he could have done is he could have made Phoenix, ditch the instant fusion to pop one of the blades, activate Desires, drawn into 2 cards, and then of course the 2 cards that he draws into would then, one might possibly have been negated via one of the remaining Fog Blade, but then he would have at least had another card that he might have been able to do something with. Of course that still doesn't help him because the Banshee was his normal summon as well. So what you gonna do, boy? You've got the countdown clock. You just pass to Tom. Tom sets 1 card face down, and then banishes 1 Destiny Hero and Celestial. Face down. There's the World Legacy Succession. What do you bring back? Dark Claw. No, obviously you can't bring back Dark Claw. But that's just as good. Shadow Mist gets you into a Marsh Change. That is technically a Dark Claw. Say goodbye to the Banshee. Obviously time is getting close. I think there's like 3 minutes left for him or something like that. So some of them, they're going to start needing to do damage. I can't remember if Tom's used instant fusion this time or not. Anyway, so you special summon out the Shadow Mist, search out your Marsh Change, go into the Solid Soldier. He obviously doesn't have another monster in hand for extension. Oh, he only plays 1 Dark Claw, that was it, sorry, yeah, so Tom's only got the 1 Dark Claw in the extra deck as well. So the Banshee's not banished, the Banshee goes to is actually in the engrave. Yeah, because I remember this now, yeah. He's got the Yankee, which I think is what he plays during the battle phase to get a bit more damage done. But I'm betting he wished it was a Dark Claw. That would have shut Brad down completely. Like, it would have banished the Banshee. He would have had no way to get the Zombie World, and then he would have had 2 cards left. So he's just taking a call. 13, I think it's 25 on the Link Monster. I'll have to check that. And then of course Anki for 28. Banish 2 warrior monsters, bring back the Phoenix Blade, so he's got another card in hand. And I think he equips the Phoenix Blade to the Anki. Yeah. Still got 2 Fog Blades face down as well. This is crazy. Maybe it would have been better for Brad to go into the Phoenix just to get rid of one of them bloody Fog Blades. Well, he's definitely up on life points, and I think now that we're in the main phase, I think round about this time, time is called of the round, so still in Brad's main phase. We kind of question, has he got anything to burn? So he plays the instant fusion, you know, he's already down life points, what is him out? And I think the shift was something like 3k, if not more, of a shift. So he goes into the Thousand Eyes. Thousand Eyes would still think. I think he tries to dig. I asked him at the end of the game like what he was searching for, or did he have an out in this game, but I don't think he did at this round. So he takes the Yankee. Still got 2 Fog Blades face down. There's no way he can win this. I think he ends up making Zombie World. So he gets Zombie World, makes Vampire Sucker to try and draw a card. It doesn't end well for him. It is pretty much game. So Tom, even though time's called, if this was to go with the old format of turns or anything like that, Tom is up on life points and kind of wins it out and out on that one, unfortunately. But yeah, you can see the power of the 60 card Destiny Heroes, but they do seem like they need to go first, and they're quite linear. It is pretty much, we've set up a board, we've got our negations, we've got our power plays, we've got our banish plays. If you can break this or stop this, then you win. But if you can't, I'm going to either hand loop you, or I'm going to banish all your stuff, or I'm going to negate your stuff. That's it for the video. Thanks for watching. No, it's definitely fun to watch both these games go out, and they're both very good players. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Until next time, guys, as always, happy dueling.
What's up, YouTube? Dad here from Zephyr Wargames. Thanks for watching that video. If you liked it, please hit that big thumbs up button in the bottom corner as well. And don't forget to hit the big red subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. Make sure you click that notification bell as well so you know every time one of our new videos goes up. Throughout the whole year of 2019, we're going to have more deck profiles, duels, and of course pack openings for you guys to watch and enjoy the entire year round. So stay tuned for more, and as always guys, happy dueling.